first question is, how do you assess the current situation? Where do you think it is going? I mean, the whole thing about this insurgency that is on, and the government's maneuver, the war, as it were, that has been launched by the government, and the counter-violence that the Maoists have kind of put up. Where do you think it's going to go?
See, the Maoists have a strategy. It's a protracted people's war strategy, but since the merger of CPI-ML, People's War and Maoist Communist Center, they have moved the struggles of the rural poor to a higher level, so to say, which is one of guerrilla warfare and the establishment of guerrilla zones. The state has reacted with a barbaric counter-insurgency strategy. As I said, I don't think state repression on the Maoist movement has been as severe as it has been before. Maoists have reacted with counter-violence. So what seems to be going on is a kind of a cycle of, one might say, never-ending, almost it seems to me, never-ending brutalities. But when I said that, I think I need to expand on that. See, basically it's the state strategy. The state strategy has been one of getting in place a whole network of informers and combatants from the civilian population. They have sponsored them, they have supported them, they have indeed even organized them. In Chhattisgarh in the form of Salva Judam. And they have unleashed a kind of a macabre kind of operation. As I mentioned, loot and rape and intimidation. From the point of view, from the side of the police forces, because the CRPF is there, and the Chhattisgarh Armed Police is there, and the Indo-Tibetan Battalion is there, and so on and so forth. It's basically encounter deaths, torture in custody, custody deaths, and so on. So all of this, the Maoists, when I say the Maoists have reacted with counter-violence, I should qualify it by saying that, in the Maoist view, what they do is they single out persons who are responsible for all of that mayhem. And they target those people with counter-violence. They can even go to the extent of killing them and so on. But that is intended as a kind of a warning, that dare you do these things. So it's a kind of a public warning which is being sent out, that dare you become an informer, dare you become a civilian combatant, and so on. But this is the kind of counter-violence that has been unleashed by the Maoists. Now, coming back to your question, is that where does this go actually? In my opinion, actually, this Maoist strategy of protracted people's war and onto the stage of guerrilla warfare and in fact trying to establish guerrilla zones and so on, this has reached a kind of a no-win situation. Given that the state, a counter-insurgency strategy is basically intended to the Maoists have a strategy, and there's a certain logic to that strategy. That logic unfolds in the course of the implementation of that strategy. But when the state, unleashes repression, it basically doesn't allow that strategy to unfold in terms of its inner logic. And that's why I say it's reached a kind of a no-win situation. I think the best course, and here, I'm going beyond the question that you are raising. I think Home Minister Chidambaram has been dishonest. plain dishonest. If the Indian government is really interested in talks, actually, the first thing it should do is to start withdrawing the forces from these areas of Maoist influence. It is only then that actually, the Maoist will come to the negotiating table.